Hey there, everybody, it's me, Jason the Cartoon Fan, and I have another exciting DVD and Blu-ray video for you all to enjoy. What you're about to see is a bunch of DVDs and Blu-rays that I purchased while I was visiting my grandpa who lives in Sonora, California, back on Saturday, May 28th, 2020. Yes, nearly a month ago. But I got busy, then I got grounded, as you probably already know if you've been paying attention to my community post. So I wasn't able to make this video as early as I wanted to. But here it is now. So let's continue. First off, I have two Blu-ray releases that I got from a video rental store in Escalon, which is not too far away from Sonora, named Planet Video. Yep, that's right. Over where I live in the San Joaquin Valley, there's still a video rental store in 2020. So these were discarded rentals that the people who were in charge of the rental store decided to put on sale. And both of these are Marvel titles. Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame. These are actually the very first two Marvel titles that I've ever owned on Blu-ray. And as you can tell from the little marker label that the person who decided to sell these wrote on the sticker, I got both of these for $5 each, which is a steal in my opinion, since most of Marvel's Blu-ray titles go on sale for $25 to $30 each at most retail stores. And even though I do like the MCU, I'm not so big of a fan that I want to pay a large amount of money to buy new copies of the movies from that universe on Blu-ray. So I'm definitely happy to find both of these, especially Avengers Endgame. I wasn't really too crazy about Captain Marvel. I didn't think it was a bad movie, but for a movie that tried, it frequently advertised how innovative it was going to be, it felt like just another Marvel Cinematic Universe movie more than any other Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. Thor: The Dark World, the other Marvel movie that most people don't really look that fondly upon, tried and failed to be something completely different, but Captain Marvel tried to, it didn't really try that much at all to be unique, contrary to what the advertisements would like you to believe. So it's two opposite ends of the spectrum here. Yeah, but, it's the first two Marvel movies that I own on Blu-ray, and I got them for a pretty good price, so what are you gonna do about it? I mean, I'm not gonna complain too much about this. Alrighty, so let's take a look at both of these titles. First off, we have Captain Marvel, front, spine, and the back. You can pause here if you want to read all the information listed here. And here is the inside. Unfortunately, but not surprisingly, since this used to be a rental copy, this doesn't come with the digital copy code, but we do have the Blu-ray itself, which, unfortunately, but not surprisingly, is the boring-looking blue disc that Disney puts on their Blu-rays nowadays. And then we have Avengers Endgame, aka now one of my all-time favorite movies ever. I saw it on opening night with my stepbrother Richard, and I automatically was a fan of it, like a huge fan of it right from the beginning. So I'm definitely happy to have it on Blu-ray for such a low price. Front, spine, and the back. And the inside. Once again, no digital copy code since this used to be a rental copy, but we do have 2 Blu-ray discs instead of just 1. And the reason why is because Avengers Endgame is a very long movie, over 3 hours long in fact, so there wasn't enough room on the regular Blu-ray disc to put bonus features on there. So the first disc has the movie, and the second disc has the bonus features. Once again, boring looking blue disc. Surprising, not surprisingly, but still sadly. Alright, now we're going to be taking a look at 4 DVDs that I got at the 99-cent store in Sonora. Yep, that's right. Just like Dollar Tree, the 99-cent store is now selling DVDs. They have a special bin just to sell these old DVDs that I guess nobody else wanted. So whoever distributed these decided to give them to the store to sell for dirt cheap. But these weren't 99 cents each. They were $2 each. But still, I think that's a pretty reasonable price. First off, we have Tom and Jerry Tales Volume 1. Tom and Jerry Tales was the very first incarnation of the Tom and Jerry franchise that I remember seeing on TV. I actually saw it during its original run, Saturday mornings on the CW as part of Kids WB. And then I watched the original Tom and Jerry shorts shortly after. So this show has a lot of nostalgic quality to me. So I'm definitely happy to have this DVD release. I actually used to have a different copy of this DVD, but I was foolish enough to get rid of that. But now I have a new copy of it, and I'm definitely happy to have that. Alright. Front, spine, and the back. Alright, let me get something to open this up with. And here's what we got inside. Unfortunately, we have an EcoBox case situation here. That's unfortunate, but thankfully, we do have full-color artwork on the disc, which is always nice. Alright, next DVD that I'm going to be showing you is kind of a controversial one for me to own, but I have my reasonings behind it. The very first live-action Scooby-Doo movie. I know a lot of people don't like this movie very much, but personally, while I do think that it definitely has its bad qualities, I think that it's one of the better live-action adaptations of cartoons. That's not saying much since the majority of them are terrible, but I still think that it's somewhat enjoyable. I still think there's some stuff in it that I do find unironically funny, and it still has a lot of nostalgic charm for me, just simply because I grew up with this movie. my little sister, no, my older sister, Sophia, was a very big Scooby-Doo fan when she was little. And I was like practically an infant. So she had a lot of Scooby-Doo related stuff. And this was one of her favorite movies. So because it was one of her favorite movies, I ended up watching this along with her too. So I do have a nostalgic attachment to it. And so I consider it to be somewhat of a guilty pleasure. And like I said, this was only $2. So I feel like I couldn't get this for any more cheaper than I found it at the store where I bought it new. So, yeah, you can hate me if you want to, but it is what it is. Alright. Front, spine, and the back. Here, let me get it so you can see. And here is the inside. Unfortunately, but not surprisingly, another EcoBox case. And here's the disc. Nothing really special in terms of artwork. The original release of this DVD had full color artwork on the disc, but not this one, unfortunately. Alright, here's a DVD release that I'm definitely happy to find. The Smurfs, A Magical Smurf Adventure. The Smurfs is my all-time favorite Hanna-Barbera cartoon series. I know that's somewhat of a controversial opinion, since most people say that the best Hanna-Barbera cartoons came out in the 50s and 60s, but I still think that this one is really, really good, and probably the last truly good Hanna-Barbera cartoon that came out before they started producing shows for Cartoon Network. So, I have a couple of the show's other DVD releases as well. I have Season 1, Volume 1, Season 2, Volume 1, but I don't have Season 1, Volume 2 for some odd reason. But anyways, this is a 2-disc set featuring 10 episodes that were previously unavailable on DVD. The majority of these, from what I heard because I've read some reviews of this DVD online, were actually 11-minute episodes, so there was no reason to split this release on the 2 separate discs. But hey, it's more of the show, and I love the show, so of course I don't mind that too much, because I want to have more of it on DVD. Alright, here's the front, spine, and the back. Has some special features, which is always nice. And here is the inside. The discs, the 2 discs, are inside a flipper case, which is good, But once again, we have another EcoBox case. Alrighty, so here's disc 1 and disc 2. Nothing really too spectacular in terms of artwork, but at least we have some illustrations, which is nice. Finally, for the DVDs that I got at the 99-cent store, we have Ramona and Beezus. No joke, I absolutely positively loved the Ramona Quimby books, as well as the majority of the other children's books that were written by Beverly Cleary when I was younger. And, of course, because of that, this was one of my all-time favorite movies as a little kid. I used to have a different copy of this movie on DVD, but just like with the Tom and Jerry Tales Volume 1 DVD, I was foolish enough to get rid of it. So, now I have a new copy of it. Amazingly, Beverly Cleary herself is still alive. She was born in 1916, and now she's 104 years old, which means that she's as many years old as there are days of summer vacation for Phineas and Ferb. Crazy, I know. So, Beverly Cleary, if you're watching this video, I just want to say thank you very, very much. Your books helped create a significant part of my childhood that I absolutely cannot think of living without. Alrighty, so on the top it says that it has both a DVD and a digital copy code, though that copy code may have been expired since the back of the case says that it's a 2017 DVD release. Here, let me see. I'm not sure if you can see it clearly because it's blurry. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it says on the back of the case that it's a 2017 DVD release. So, we'll just have to wait and see if that digital copy code works. Alright, from spine and the back. Alright, so here's what we got inside. So we have the digital copy code, which is good. And I'm purposely hiding part of it just in case. I'm making it intentionally blurry just to see if the code is just in case the code is valid or not. And it says that the code may not be valid after 2021, so it's still my work. But honestly, I don't really care about the digital copy code now that I think about it. So here, for those of you who want, here, you can use this digital copy code if you want to. I hope you guys enjoy your free movie. And here's the back of the insert in case you wanted to read it. And here is the desk, which is a boring looking white desk. But, you know, what are you going to do about it? I remember that the original release of this DVD actually had full color artwork, but this copy of the DVD doesn't. Alrighty, so now I'm going to be showing you 3 DVD releases that I got at Walmart. First off, another controversial one for me to have, a 2-movie collection featuring both of the live-action Garfield movies. Yeah, looking back on it, these movies weren't very good, but since I am a die-hard Garfield fan, and I did grow up with these 2 movies when I was younger, just like with the original live-action Scooby-Doo movie, I wanted to have it on DVD anyways, and it was only $5 when I got it at Walmart, so it wasn't like I was losing money or on a lost cause or anything like that. So, the 2 live-action Garfield movies actually have kind of an interesting history behind them in terms of ownership. Of course, many of you already know that 20th Century Fox released 5-volume DVD releases for Garfield and Friends due to the success of the first live-action Garfield movie. And those DVD releases later went out of print because Fox lost the rights to the series to 9 Story Media. And now, but even though Fox lost the rights to Garfield and Friends, like the animated Garfield and Friends TV show, and Nickelodeon currently owns the rights to the majority of the Garfield franchise, Fox, and by extension Disney, still owns the rights to the 2 live-action Garfield movies. The second movie, A Tale of Two Kitties, was available on Disney Plus when the service launched back on November 12, 2019. But then, a month later, it was pulled from the service because Disney found out that Fox's contract with HBO to have the movie available for streaming there hadn't expired yet. A real shame for those who unironically like the live-action Garfield movies too, because the first live-action Garfield movie was added to Disney Plus on the same day, December 3rd, 2019, as Tale of Two Kitties' removal. But then, the first live-action Garfield movie was pulled from Disney Plus a month later in January of 2020, because Disney found out that their contract with HBO to have that movie on there hadn't expired yet either. So now, neither of these 2 movies are on Disney Plus. So, yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing that I wanted to share with you all. It might actually be even more interesting and amusing than these 2 movies themselves. But anyway, here's the front, spine, and the back. And here's the inside. For the majority of these releases, if I bought them new, I kept them in their original shrink wrap, which means that all of them were in their original shrink wrap except for the 2 Marvel titles, since I bought them used because they were previously rental copies. I actually already took this one off the case. I took the shrink wrap off the case for this one because I wanted to see what the inside of the package would look like. But so, not surprisingly, the 2 discs are boring-looking white discs. The original releases of these 2 DVDs, just like with the DVD for Ramona and Beezus, had full-color artwork, but not these newer versions. That's the reason why I took the shrink wrap off the case, because I wanted to see if they kept the original artwork or not. But they didn't, unfortunately, but again, not surprisingly. Last, but oh boy, not least, in fact, it may actually be best, or should I say most. But anyways, I have Tiny Toon Adventures on DVD. They're tiny, they're toony, and they're just a little loony. I'm definitely happy to find the show on DVD, and I got both of these releases at Walmart for $15 each, which isn't the best price in my opinion, but since season 1 of Tiny Toon Adventures had 65 half-hour episodes, I think that it wasn't too bad of a price since I'm paying $30 for 65 episodes. But anyways, like I said, definitely happy to have the show on DVD. It would be even better if the show got a complete series release like Warner Brothers did for Animaniacs, since this year is the show's 30th anniversary. But, at least we do have the show on DVD. It's better, like, having these individual volume releases is better than no DVD releases for the show at all. Just like with Animaniacs, I grew up watching the show through its reruns on the Hub, and I've been a big fan of the series since then. So, yeah. Alrighty, so first let's take a look at Season 1, Volume 1. This DVD used to have a slipcover box similar to the one that's on Season 2, Volume... No, not Season 2. Season 1, Volume 2. But this copy of it doesn't have that for some reason. Anyways, here's the front, spine, and the back. And here's what we got inside. Unfortunately, it looks like one of the plastic from the flipper holder got taken off. So, looks like I have to slide it back in here real quick. Here, let me do that. Here, let me pause the camera so I can put the flipper back in its holder. Okay, I did the best that I could to put the flipper back in its holder, but unfortunately, it looks like this little plastic part that holds the top part of the flipper is broken. Like, this was the other piece of it. So I'll probably have to buy, well, I'm definitely going to have to buy a new case to store these discs in. So, nothing really too spectacular in terms of artwork. Like, there is some nice looking artwork on the disc, but they're all boring looking gray ones. Hey, Warner Brothers, you aren't Disney. You do better than that. But anyways, here is disc 1, featuring Babs Bunny. Disc 2, featuring Buster Bunny, no relation. And disc 3, featuring a Hamilton Ham. And here is disc 4. Disc 4 is double-sided. The top side has the first half of the episodes that are included on here. And the other side has the remaining episodes as well as the special features. So disc 4 has no artwork. Alright, now let's take a look at Season 1, Volume 2 for Tiny Toon Adventures. So, this copy does come inside a slipcover box. I don't know why this newer copy of Season 1, Volume 2 still has the box, but not the copy that I found for Season 1, Volume 1, but I guess it is what it is. Season 1, Volume 1 had special feature, well, only one special feature. That was a retrospective on the history of the show. But this release, as well as some of the other DVD, all the other DVD releases for Tiny Toon Adventures, which I haven't gotten yet, but I'm planning on getting sometime in the future, don't have any special features at all, which is unfortunate, but not surprising since most of Warner Brothers' newer releases for older TV shows are bare bones. Alright, front, top, bottom, left, right, and the back of the box. Alright, so this one is gonna take a little more opening. Like, I can't just put the pen in there without damaging the case. So I'm just gonna pause the camera real quick so I can get a good grip on this part of the shrink wrap. Here's the case that we have underneath. Pretty much the same artwork as the box that the case came in, so I'm just gonna open the case up to show you what's inside now. Now, here's an interesting thing. Unlike Season 1, Volume 1's DVD disc, I should say, the disc for Season 1, Volume 2 actually have full color artwork, which is nice. Anyways, here's Disc 1, featuring Buster Bunny. Disc 2, featuring Babs Bunny. Disc 3, featuring Dizzy Devil. And Disc 4, featuring my favorite Tiny Toon Adventures character, Plucky Duck. And we have some nice looking back artwork that lists the episodes that are on the Disc 3 and 4. So I guess I might as well show you the other side that has Disc 1 and 2. Alright, so that's everything that I got on DVD and Blu-ray while I was visiting Grandpa back in May. So, if you liked this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to comment on the video if you want to. And if